Hello, I'm Jeff from Source Audio. I'm here today to take a look at the Soundblox Pro Classic Distortion. It's part of a new line of digital multi-distortion pedals from Source Audio. It features 11 reimagined takes and some well-known tube amp and fuzz box distortions. It's got a MIDI input, a 7-band graphic EQ, and 6 programmable user presets. And there is also a feature that allows you to morph seamlessly between presets using an expression pedal. So the tweakability and the usability of this pedal are just incredible, and a little bit later I'm going to talk about the features in the interface, but right now I just want to take a quick tour through the different distortion types and give you a small sample of what we can do with this thing. Okay, so as we heard, you can get a lot of sounds out of this pedal, and I've really only scratched the surface of what we can do with it. But right now, let's take a quick look at the features and the interface. Front and center, you'll find the effect knob. Use this to select the distortion type you want. Down here, we have the clean boost / EQ mode. This will give you a volume boost, but it also allows for some tone manipulation, and you can get a pretty cool distortion out of it by cranking up the gain. Once you've selected your distortion type, it's time to start customizing. The signal chain is as follows. Drive 1, mid-range, drive 2, EQ, output. To the left, you'll find 2 drive controls. The drive knobs control the gain in front of 2 separate distortion elements. Now, most distortion units place the mid control after all of the distortion elements, but because the mid-range comes before drive 2, as you turn up the mid, a hotter signal will be applied to that distortion element. Next in the signal chain is the 7-band graphic EQ. You can manipulate it by first selecting a frequency with the buttons on either end, then adjust the dB level with this knob. This is a great feature. You'll spend a little bit more time finding your tone than you would with a single tone knob, but it offers a whole lot more flexibility. Finally, we have the output knob, which adjusts the level of signal coming out of the pedal. Also, the pedal is equipped with a MIDI input, allowing external access to presets and parameters. One of the big advantages of all the Soundblox Pro pedals is the ability to save your sound. Now, once you've found a tone that you like, you can save it in one of the 6 user preset stations that are easily recalled via these 3 foot switches. There are 2 user preset banks, which you will select with this button to the left. The green LED signifies the selection of bank 1, which holds user presets 1, 2, and 3. Bank 2, signified by the red LED, holds presets 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so as I said before, one of the very cool things you can do with all of the Soundblox Pro pedals is morph from one user preset to the next with an expression pedal. And the obvious thing to do is to set one preset at a low gain and another at a high gain. And that'll give you kind of a volume swell. And yeah, you can do that and it sounds great. But let's try something a little different. Something you can't do with any other pedal is morph from one distortion type to the next. So what I've done is set user preset number 1 to the big pi and user preset number 4 to the octave fuzz. You know, these are 2 very distinct distortion types. And just check out the craziness that happens when I morph from one to the other. So that is the Soundblox Pro Classic Distortion. You can also purchase the Soundblox Classic Distortion, which has all the same effect types. It's just in a smaller, easier to use pedal. Okay, so before I go, I'm going to give you one last bonus sound. You can use the clean boost / EQ mode to give yourself a clean volume boost, but you can also get an interesting fuzz out of it. What happens is you get digital clipping, which sounds kind of like a 60s fuzz pedal. So I like it a lot. I'm going to crank up both the drives all the way and just push this thing as hard as I can and just see what happens. So check it out.